Hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to your mid-monthly reading. I'm so glad you're here with me today. So let's slow down, take a deep breath, and discover what Spirit has lovingly prepared for you. We're going to start out with your coffee cup, then move on to the tarot. I see some tears of joy coming forward here. They're falling in the middle of your heart space right there. This can be some things happening that will really give you this high happiness, joy, celebration vibes are going to happen with that. And it is opening a pathway outside of your comfort zone. And there's also a second pathway opening here. This can actually be an idea, an inspiration that is coming to you when you pursue that is actually going to form the real pathway right there. I kind of see, initially when I first look at it, I saw number 5, but when I look deeply, it looks like number 6. Number 5 indicates travel, adventure, getting outside your comfort zone and going to a place that you will have fun. Number 6 is the unconditional love, support, acceptance. So this can be a space that is merging both energies. I see there are two people having a conversation. So it is not only physically moving, it can also be getting in touch with someone who's a like-minded person, connecting with someone who is, you see, even though one of them is taller, their heads are on the same level, who are actually mentally on the same level with you. This can be someone who has connections or resources, maybe even their idea is going to be your inspiration on this pathway, okay? Towards the end of the pathway, there's a small chunk of money showing up. So this can even be something that you're pursuing, which has initial goal is the material success, and that will also bring the peace and calmness and joy into your life. I see in your heart space, there's some dark space right there. This is also indicating your house. The darkness can be not really having clarity at this time with what you would like to do. There's a dog right here, kind of reminds me of a Saint Bernard, a big dog, and somebody's actually riding it. Saint Bernards are a type of dog that are used for rescue, search and rescue in the snowy mountains. So this can be actually the snowy mountains at this moment that you don't really have the clear vision, because snow can reflect the light, and that can cause that kind of like illusion in your eyes, like it's in the sand. It kind of has the same effect as the sand, but it is the colder version of it. This can be a time maybe you haven't received any inspiration, any support. That's why it's the colder version. That's why it is like, when you get closer to something, there's a game, when you get closer to something hidden, they call you're getting hotter, but when you get away from it, it's cold, when you're getting colder. So this can be when you might be feeling left out in the cold, feeling cold and away from your desires for a while. But it seems like here, this is the end of the 3rd week timeline. Now you are connecting with the research and rescue team here. This can be in angelic help and a spiritual help, divine inspiration. And also this can be symbolizing a material help coming from a person. Another thing here, guys, its intuition is actually extremely strong, but it shows up in a material sense as well, which I think I mentioned something like that in the Cancer reading the other day. It can be logical as well at the same time. So what happened is, last week, when I mentioned in the readings that I have been moving, I moved to a new place now, and I have a couple cats, and I carried some of them. I left some of them with my mother. One of the cats didn't really like to be in this environment, and she ran away. And she ran away for 4 days. She was missing. I looked everywhere in the neighborhood, in the parks. And that's why the research and rescue reminded me of that. And yesterday, what happened is, I said to my daughter, let's take a walk. I want to go to this specific supermarket. And it's like a chain supermarket, but there's one in a far, far distance. And I said, I want to go there. And she's like, I want to go to the pizza store. Okay. And then I keep saying her, like, I don't want to buy pizza right now, but let's go. We went that way, and across the pizza store, there my cat was sitting in front of a pet shop. And the owner of the pet shop said she has been there for days, for 4 days since she was missing. And I called her name. She came to me, we hugged, and I took her back home. It was incredible to me, like, to see her there. But something inside of me was telling me to go to that store, specific store. And I didn't know what I was going to buy. I cannot still remember what I wanted to buy from there, but I just wanted to go there so much. I'm like, I'm gonna go walk to that distance. There's something in that store. And then I saw my cat. I think because it doesn't have to make sense, but at that time it was really logical to me. I was planning to purchase something from that store. I cannot even remember right now, and it was so logical to me. And I was thinking, if they have it, only that store can have that thing. And now I can't even remember what that was. So the logic, the intuition might make sense time to time if it's leading you somewhere in your heart. Like maybe you have this snow that is actually distracting your eyes, but there is something probably guiding you. Just makes sense to you at this moment, but maybe 5 minutes later you're going to find what you're looking for, and you're totally going to forget about it. So that's not really the point. The point is following that desire, that heightened desire that you have. Okay, I see there's a V here showing up. For some of you, maybe even manifesting that victory like I did. I was so happy when I saw her. I'm still like remembering the scene that she ran to me. I hugged her. It was amazing. So this is that kind of like a victory maybe for you. I see there's a woman wearing a beautiful cloak. That woman can be symbolizing an authority figure, maybe aligning with you. Let's zoom in a little further. I see a letter C, like Cecilia. This can be in her first name or the last name. So there's a letter N as in Nancy. So there's a collaboration maybe even happening for you here, that you come together with like-minded people, or even like the people that are to hand you over your initial desire, okay, and help you with that. So I see that this is actually also like appearing there. This is like also maybe like a soul contracts coming forward here, that you're connecting with those kind of people. And this doesn't have to last forever when you come together, this alignment with them. Maybe it's just a temporary period of time, but you will receive your heart's desire there. And then I see here there's a person wearing this kind of like a French artist type of hat, French beret. They're painting a picture here. They're painting maybe even a train. The train can be also, when you accomplish your heart's desire, the train can be also the vehicle to take you away to a new environment. This can be in the physical sense. This can be in the mental sense, because the artist painting can symbolizing painting a new picture for yourself. You can be the artist here, okay? Another thing I see here, this is the 4th week timeline. This kind of looks like a coral reef. You're an earth sign, and even though coral reef exists in the water, you can combine. And the coral reef, I feel like even though it's an organic structure, it has some earthy, like ground itself to the earth eventually. So this is your energy, your element also showing up here. And but it requires you to be a little bit more fluid with your desires, or maybe the way to accomplish them, rather than just focusing solely on the solutions in your hand. Maybe it's opening yourself to the creative solutions is important. Another thing with the coral reef is it's an abundant resource for all the creatures living around it. So you might find yourself in that kind of like an abundant place, but you might need to extract what's necessary for you, because that's what the fish do actually. They go to the places that are safe for them, even though inside the coral reef, the parts of it can be sharp, and parts of it can be also filled with resources and food. So this is about having the discernment and differentiate what's good for you and what's best for you. and in this space, and also maybe even finding your own environment, own refuge also, because I see here that kind of looks like a ring, also looks like a roof. This coral reef can be symbolizing even a new living environment quartered for you, that you will have your own space. Okay, it can be even an office. I see here someone kind of like an office manager, maybe someone with a hat on top of their head, and they're part of the reef as well. So if you're going for the managerial positions, this can be you managing the situation, the environment, or maybe even like this organic place has so much alignment that even the manager position is like organically aligning with the rest of the structure. It's not something against it. It's not someone who gives orders like it's like a military. It's just a type of a place that everything aligns perfectly, which Virgo, you like order, you like structure, and this kind of like a fluid structure can actually boost your creativity, okay? I see this is even extended to the outside. For some of you, this can even be maybe international company that you're working at, or finding an international opportunity, okay? I'm going to dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. I see the heavy energy here again. I see there are two mountains and there are two people on the mountain peaks right there, like a little hills, maybe not even high mountains. So this can symbolize maybe there is someone that you have a distance, okay? You are distancing yourself from them, or there is a distance formed in between you and this person. Your desire coming really fast, but there's a material thing attached to it. The material has some time. Maybe this is something that activity that you want to do, or maybe receive some blessing and approval, which will carry another material success with it. The first approval might show up really fast, but the material part can take a while. And the first shapes that I saw disappeared here, but I feel like you see the faces are getting closer. You might have a distance with someone. I see here in harp. I think that's what it's called. It's like, the angelic instrument. So maybe even this is about someone that you are far away when it comes to heart space. It's not only physical, but maybe your hearts are far away and you're trying to listen to each other, but you're not hearing each other. Seems like here that distance is going to disappear. There's going to be getting closer. You're going to get closer with this person. This closer doesn't mean like physical proximity. This means that getting on the same page and starting to understand each other. I see here there's someone, it's like maybe a divine being. They are on fire. Fire can symbolize in fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and they have like a long wand, which is a King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Some of the short hair, I don't want to give a gender, but it can be someone like a King of Wands energy. I see a W here, like a William, Welma, can be a masculine, female figure as well. They're pushing one of the parties towards you. So this can be someone who's maybe even getting involved in the situation and maybe pushing the other party towards you so you can come up with an agreement. You're sitting on a chunk of money here, both parties. This can be a discussion about money or material things that you're trying to split. So maybe the other person actually took something away and just maybe moved away. And now they're like giving you a hard time. But it seems like you see the material part of it after the third flip. It is coming forward as well. So there might be some outside support needed here. Maybe you need to talk to someone. I see a star here. Star's wish fulfillment. So this can be a person that is really on your side, wants to make your wishes come true, can push the other side further, okay? Can be an expert, can be a family member, can be a common friend that is actually telling that other person you need to come together to make this deal right, okay? They'll bring the harmony into the situation. This doesn't mean that making up with someone and fixing the relationship for good. This can mean that maybe there's something that you deserve that's been taken away from you, receiving what's meant for you, what's yours, okay, through this conversation, clearing out the conflict. Now I'm going to dive into your tarot It's good to have a question. So we're going to look into the surrounding energies of that question. But if you don't have any questions, this is going to be the generally what's surrounding at this time as an energy and what's happening with you. Let's see. Maybe I'll post the picture of my cat. But I left her with my mother now because she's used to her garden. So she's going to stay there for a while. And let's see. But I have 4 more cats at home here. Anyways, let's see. We have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups came forward. Even though I shuffled here, I see on the bottom the Hierophant energy with the Capricorn. These readings are intended for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So if you have maybe Capricorn on the other charts, on the other parts of your chart, go ahead and check that one out because I don't feel like this is a coincidence here. Surrounding energy is love. Queen of Cups is filled with love. She is filled with compassion. But also on the bottom here, we have the Hierophant energy is authority. So the representing energy is you can claim, this can be also overall when we interpret the cards, if you're feeling like having compassion doesn't mean having authority, this is basically saying you can't have both. Compassion doesn't show itself as always helping someone. Sometimes when you see someone struggling, you need to let them alone to figure their own solution out, because if you keep offering them solution, they will never develop that muscle to come up with their own ways of solving problems. So it can be, in that sense, compassion might also mean standing your ground. Okay. And another thing with the Queen of Cups energy, for some of you, maybe you're going through a timeline that you need to put your foot down as an authority, lay the ground rules, and even stay in those rules. But this doesn't mean that you cannot really be compassionate about what's happening for you, okay? And or you cannot leave any leeway to the situation. Maybe, for example, I'm going to go with an example, a simple one. Maybe you want to purchase a car and you want it to be in a certain tone of red, and they don't have it. They just have like a standard red, or they have a similar color but not the same. So that's like a preference thing, but this is basically suggesting maybe it's about being a little bit more flexible in that situation. Okay. And you can buy the exact same thing, or flexibility can be also, instead of just focusing on, I want it now, make it happen, rather than that, like order the one that I would like to have and give it a time. Okay. Have the patience of the Queen of Cups there and wait for what you desire to come in the right time. Okay, it can also indicate that here. This is an example, so it can apply to any other situation. Maybe this is about a job opportunity, or maybe you are dealing with a situation that's certain things that needs waiting at this moment. This is telling you can lay the ground rules, but also have compassion and understanding in the meantime. Go and actually take care of another thing on your plate. This is the hidden aspect of the situation. This is 10 of Wands. Okay, if I don't feel like this is the if, but this is actually 10 of Wands is taking too much on your shoulders than you can carry. Okay, so if there's a delay happening, or I don't feel like this is delay energy, this is about actually walking into your desired future with confidence, compassion, and manifesting it really in a beautiful way. But the hidden aspect is there's some work to do here. The work can be mental work, physical work, or maybe even combining both. If this is something, or maybe someone that you're dealing with, they might have created this kind of like a burdenous environment that everybody has to grab something, or everybody has to carry a bag of sticks maybe on their back to the hill. But it seems like that's what we see in the tarot right here. This is the hidden aspect that you don't see coming. But because of this beautiful angelic power, I feel like you are going to actually handle that situation perfectly. It's not going to be a heavy burden on you. Maybe it's going to be a heavy burden on the other side, or the people that are taking care of the situation. It's not going to weigh too much on your shoulders. But because you're going to be prepared, you already know this is going to be the circumstance, the situation. Okay. This is the pressing assignment here. Hermit, this is you guys. This is Virgo energy. So looking at your gains in this situation. Hermit actually completed his journey. He has his lantern in his hand and his lantern has a star. So he manifests his wishes. So it seems like your pressing assignment is focusing on your wishes and seeing how you manifested this outcome, this good outcome coming forward here. Even though you take on a big challenge, you completing it smoothly, you will get what you want. Pressing assignment to create maybe even a formula of manifestation for yourself and keep repeating that structure, keep repeating that formula on the other areas of your life, okay? The additional clearance here is the clarity is guidance. We have the Knight of Swords. So there's a new person might be coming into your life. This can be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. This can be a creative solution also coming into your life that is going to change maybe even this structure here, 10 of Wands structure. Maybe you don't have to go through all the motions and carry all the burdens on your back, because there's going to be something new happening for you that will have a different aspect, a logical solution to the other things happening, the problems. Let's see here. We have the Queen of Cups with a key. Okay. So I feel like here, through compassion, understanding, and patience, you will unlock something that is putting you in a box. With the Hierophant, you can have authority, but also that authority might actually lock you in a space that when you, like again, about the red card, it can actually limit your reach. Okay. But you're figuring out through understanding. The key is the understanding to unlock that cage, and you can go back to that specific desire or a specific request, but also you can come outside of it and maybe go around it as well. So there's an unlocking of a situation here. What are you overlooking? With the Ten of Wands, this is very actually on point. The hidden aspect is you might have to carry some burdens on your back, or maybe you have to go around the things you desire. You don't have to, you might not really get it the way you want it to be. But at the end of the day, what she's doing is she's carrying all those sticks to a castle that belongs to her on top of the hill. And here the home comes forward again. So whatever that you're doing it for yourself, for your own gain, for your own victory at the end of the day. And you're carrying that victory to your home. Okay. The pressing assignment is loyalty, and with the Hermit energy, I feel like this is being loyal to yourself, your own desires, rather than fulfilling others. You are actually going to figure out how to make things better for yourself, and I feel like the people surrounding you will benefit from that. Again, they're not going to be only like celebrating you and maybe getting jealous of you. They're going to benefit from that. Okay, so be loyal to your cause, your desires first. And I also have the Bird House. It is really fitting with the Knight of Swords energy, because Knight of Swords is the communication lines opening. And here with the Bird House, it seems like you're going to find yourself in an environment that there are a lot of good ideas are going to start flowing. There's going to be brainstorming happening. People, like-minded people, are going to come together and maybe even support you. If this is a project in your hand that you need more help, they're going to show up with great ideas. Okay. Now I'm going to get your oracle. We're going to check to see what you need to know, what you need to do, and what you need to release. And these are actually Akashic Tarot. It's a different structure than the regular tarot. So I'm going to get some help from the guidebook here. We have number 1. This is what you need to know, is the Oracle of Delphi. So some intuitive guidance is ahead for you. Oracle of Delphi is and the oracle that the kings actually come by her and ask for her advice and what she's seeing. What you need to know is this can be someone who has that guidance for you, that you can actually ask for guidance, go to them, and maybe even tune into their energy. This doesn't have to be someone that you know face to face, or this can be someone maybe in the past that you want to tap into their energy, you can visualize them, you can ask them in your visualization and let them speak to you. And what you need to do is winged messengers, two of roses. We're gonna dive more. Two of roses kind of reminds me of two of cups energy here, and come together with the people, your soul family. They are aligning, the people that are aligning with you. And this is what you need to release, Uriel and the Sphinx. Okay, let's look into that. Okay, what you need to know, we have the Oracle of Delphi here. And when you receive this card, you're in time of great insight and psychic power. Okay, that's beautiful. Even if you don't recognize it yet, it lies very close to your consciousness because you have used this gift in so many past lives. You may get images or feelings without knowing how to interpret them. Take notes as you practice both your psychic perceptions and interpretations. Just as they gave the Oracle of Delphi a profound awareness, your psychic perceptions and their interpretations give you a powerful insight and an akashic vision of the world. So basically what you need to know, you might receive some flashbacks, pictures might show up in your mind's eye, you might hear things not with your outer ear, but your inner ear, and take note of those things. Okay, do not think of it in a sense of psychotic way, but in a psychic way. And it's not really that flashy, by the way. Sometimes the vision comes to me as well. Like sometimes like pictures pop in my eye, on the corner of my eye. Like now I just see a dog, because you have the dog right here too, but I see a puppy playing. So it can be a new beginning for you. For some of you, there's like a new relationship. The puppy is a relationship that is going to have loyalty in it, might start to form. So it can be symbolizing that as well. So those kind of little flashes of things might actually show up. Take a note of them. Know that these are actually your small little guidance points, okay? And let's see what you need to do. We have the Two of Roses. It kind of have the energy of Two of Cups. Let's see. And this is what you need to do. Maybe even find yourself in the environments that you feel loved and supported. This card indicates a small conflict in your home or family. It could involve you and another or others in your extended family. There could be money issues about the home, an inheritance, or personal finances. The dove brings a message from your spirit, a call to see this little drama through the higher mind and compassionate heart. You may feel compelled to be a peacemaker or provider in the situation and let yourself do as your spirit guides you. Now this makes so much sense to me, the Queen of Cups and the Hierophant energy. So there's something close to your heart, might have like a conflict within it. And the Hierophant is you being the authority, laying down the ground rules and releasing yourself and others with the cage unlocked, with a key, your mind, your intuition, and being the peacemaker and unlocking that cage and releasing everyone out of it. That can be what you need to do at this time. The hawk, a predator, shows that there are times when you might have a tendency to be pulled into the fray yourself. With the hawk entering from the right, it certainly indicates that more challenges may be coming your way, which would have the 10 of Wands energy. Happily, your spirit is high above those challenges, so you can see them clearly and deal with them effectively. And that's what I felt with the home energy. This is like approving. So approach the things not with reactive attitude, but with, okay, I expect this happening. With solution making, the peacemaker attitude will actually resolve, I feel like, the conflict right away when you have that kind of like thinking pattern. What we have here with the number 21, Uriel and the Sphinx, because this is what you need to release, we're going to look into the reverse version of that. We have the sands of the desert have covered you once again. There you go. Because that's what happens to the Sphinx. Not only you have put aside the deep inner work that brings to light your self-discovery, but also you have allowed even the mundane little things of life to settle upon you and keep you from your spiritual power. I feel like here this is actually suggesting if you have been buried in the material or day-to-day life. I don't want to just use material because day-to-day life can have a lot of tension in it as well. You can, for maybe a moment, release that and focus on your spiritual practices. Happily, there is still someone both in spirit and in the physical world who can help. Find a kindred soul who shares your quest and open to the Archangel Uriel. Make these relationships and your inner work a renewed priority. You have always been and will always be the most important job you will ever have. So dig in. Okay, let's see. I have here the Archangel. I'm going to pull in another Archangel for you, but let's see the Uriel. We have illuminates and brings peace and connection with the ancestors here, so you can get the help of that angel while you're releasing the daily chores, maybe even releasing yourself from the daily burdens. Let's see. I ask the best advice or guidance from my beautiful Virgos through unconditional love now. Thank you. We have the charoite. Okay, this is your crystal here for this one. Are you finding that life is out of control? Do you need to sort out exactly what's going on to get to the reason for the chaos? Take the time to go within and call on the ascended masters, spirit guides, and angels to provide you with the inspiration you need to transform your life. I love that. And you have another archangel here for you, Archangel Raziel. And these are affirmations from the angel. I have a deep understanding of myself and the circles of life around me. This is the circle of life here, representing of that, I feel like. I'm aligned with the divine. I am profoundly clairvoyant and extremely intuitive. I clearly comprehend the details of everything that is set before me. I feel peacefully empowered. Wow, I love that. Let's see Archangel Raziel's work for you, and encourages you to embrace the gifts of clairvoyance, prophecy, and the great mysteries. So this is aligning with the Oracle of Delphi energy. And this is a final super attractor for you. This is an affirmation to help you see what you're attracting, or maybe control your attraction powers. Let's see. Okay, we have a beautiful feminine energy. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I am aligned in the moment. Aligned in the sense of feeling calm and peace, basically, okay? All right, my beautifuls, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. Thank you for sharing this sacred space with me. If this reading touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tap the bell so we can keep walking this journey together. Your energy means the world here. Until next time, take care of your beautiful soul, and I wish you all a magical day. Bye.